question of friendship and with the consequences that the Yugoslavian war has had on personal relationships. The title of the thesis is metaphorical. It suggests that the personal relationships reflect the events that took place on a larger scale. The disintegration of Yugoslavia was followed by the breaking of the ties of friendship that had been established when people lived together in one country. In communist Yugoslavia, there was a special policy known as the idea of brotherhood and unity that was introduced as a means of bonding the six republics. For that purpose, the government encouraged the experience of multi-ethnic friendship, and the policy also encompassed highlighting of examples of multi-ethnic friendship duos, such as the well-known actors Boris Gornik and Bata Živojinović, who performed together in cult Yugoslav films such as Most, Bitka na Neretvi or Sutjeska. With the rise of nationalism and the disintegration of the country, multi-ethnic ties became problematic, and consequently, the examples of friendship discussed above were replaced with narratives of friendship lost. Upon examining these narratives more closely, it becomes evident that not all of them carry the same message. Some serve as propaganda purposes, while others were simply testimonies of a disappointing personal experience. Moreover, some sources provide evidence that the time of war was not only a time when people lost contact with each other, but also a chance to form new relationships. And the goal of my paper, which is abstract of my dissertation, was to gather and interpret different narratives of friendship, as well as to provide a theoretical framework to do so in order to see whether the disintegration of a country really led, above all, to arguments and divisions between people. In the last decade, discussions on friendship became very popular even in the academic sphere, and as Giorgio Agamben puts it, friendship is so tightly linked with the definition of philosophy that it can be said that without it, philosophy would not really be possible. One of the most well-known philosophical essays which tries to close this gap, and Agamben's text was actually written as a response to it, is The Politics of Friendship by Jacques Derrida. It begins with the thought that friendship is in fact impossible, at least in its ideal form, and according to Derrida, if we wished all the best for our friend, he or she would have become God, and God actually doesn't need friends. That is why Derrida's work, friendship is pushed to the future and is linked with a certain obligation or expectation. And because the possibility of friendship seems rather vague, in his struggle to define the political, Carl Schmitt, for example, bases his theory on the figure of the enemy instead. He justifies his decision by claiming that if he wanted to start his definition with the friend, he should basically start it with the opposite, that is the enemy. The main thesis in his book, The Begriff der Politischen, is that the political is not possible without the figure of the real enemy, and that is without the possibility of a real war. He claims that all political factors can be interpreted with the opposition between the friend and the enemy, and for example, nations form groups against each other using the very same pattern and terminology. And Schmitt also claims that the time we live in is a time of depolitization, that means a state where there is no clear definition of who is the enemy and who is the friend. The key question Derrida raises in his essay is, when will the world be ready for the experience of equality that is essential for friendship as well as for democracy? The basic inequality he refers to in his essay is the inequality between men and women. Women are therefore excluded from philosophy, from friendship, and from the political life. And as a consequence, the discourse of every war belongs to men. The idea of men as being bearers of war and women as the bearers of peace goes back a very long way. It can be found, for example, in the stereotype idea that women are from Venus and men are from Mars. If we link this statement with Roman mythology, men become associated with war, with the god of war, and women become associated with the god of love. However, Svetlana Slapšak, the Slovenian anthropologist, stresses that women have been instituted as the bearers of peace for no other reason than for their exclusion from the discourse of political power. And she addresses two anthropological patterns that have linked women with war since ancient times. And one is women's parody of men's issues, including the war, and the special role women have in the cult of death. When the first incidents were provoked by both Serbian and Croatian nationalists between the years 1990 and 1991, many women were shocked by the scenes of peasant women dressed in black who gathered around the deceased and performed their traditional role of mourning. And at the same time, their actions were used to incite public emotions and the desire for revenge, as they were filmed by the national television. In response, the Women in Black movement was organized, uniting women who protested dressed in black in bigger cities throughout Yugoslavia. They protested in silence by simply carrying banners. The other example is connected with the mass rapes which were committed during the Yugoslavian war to show the superiority of one nation while humiliating the other. A group of Croatian feminists protested these acts, claiming that war rapes were not crimes carried out by one nation against another, but simply crimes that individual men committed against individual women. Because of their pacifistic ideas, these women were publicly condemned, and in the newspaper article entitled "Croatian Witches are Raping Croatia." After the publication of the article in 1992, they were lynched by the public and the media and were therefore forced to leave the country, at least for some time. The publication of the article mostly affected their private lives, as some of these women were in relationships with Serbian citizens. During the war, Serbs were namely marked as the enemies of the state. In much the same time, in much the same way as the deaths on the front and the grievance of women and the war rapes, friendship too could become a platform for mobilizing national emotions. And this brings us to the example I mentioned in the beginning of the summary, the case of Boris Dvornik and Bata Živojinović. The duo appeared together in several Yugoslavian movies, and for example in Bitka na Neretvi, they actually played two partisans fighting side by side against the Germans. When one of them is wounded in combat, the other one carries him on his back to find help, but the friend ends up dying in his arms, and it's a scene that some of the people I spoke to recall as an example of unconditional friendship. 1 year before the war, both actors met on the Festival of Performing Arts in Niš. It was already evident that Yugoslavia was falling apart, and the actors joked about it, saying that they might be the only hope to hold the country together. But soon after, Živojinović became a member of Milosevic's party, and for a short period, Dvornik was politically engaged in the Croatian Democratic Union. Dvornik decided to break up with Živojinović publicly, and he did this by reading an open letter addressed to him. It was broadcasted by Croatian national television. In it, Dvornik accused Živojinović of being a Serbian nationalist and of having called for the death of all Croats in the Serbian parliament. He also referred to the times when they performed together in films and reminded him that the situation was no longer a film but a real battlefield. In 2006, the Croatian commercial television Nova TV broadcasted what seemed to be a reconciliation between the two actors via the connection Beograd Split. At the